What's up guys, Mike Wienenbach here. It is Monday, but it's a beautiful Monday. Question I get a lot. Mike, this muscle doesn't grow, what should I do? So when a muscle doesn't grow, it means you have a tumor. No. The normal answer is do more, right? So if it's not growing, then you just do more work, bro. Or in the olden days, we were taught you overtrain the muscle, let it rest, right? But let's think about this logically. So if a muscle is not growing, that means you're doing something wrong. Sorry to tell you. Because you don't have some weird muscle-eating disease in your bicep, only not in your tricep, right? So either your body grows muscle or it doesn't, right? But if there's some body part that's not growing, and assuming it's not ruptured or amputated, then there must be something that you're not doing right, okay? And that is usually you're not connected to the muscle, okay? So my arms didn't grow, and probably haven't grown a whole lot, because my training was shit. So I would only train them once a week, and I would do this, right? Throw the dumbbell, like lift my shoulder, and then throw it back, and I'd be like, genetics, man, I can't grow my arms. Well, when something doesn't grow, here's step one. You open an anatomy book, such as like Strength Anatomy by Frederick Delavere, for instance, is a good one. And you look up what is really going on. You know, how does this muscle work? So each muscle has, we've been over this, an origin and an insertion. You gotta bring them together, right? So without moving anything else pretty much. So then step two is, you gotta find exercise that kind of locks you in. So people always ask me, what's your go-to exercise for certain muscles? I mean, that's very individual and I can't give you that. But, you know, think like, I don't know, cable flies with back support, where all you can do is this, right? You can't do that, you can do that, you can't swing. Bicep curl where you stand against the wall and you're really tucked in, you know, anything of that sort. Then you master that particular exercise. And you do it really, really well, okay? You get better at it. So when you can do that, let's say 3 times a week, 3-4 sets for that muscle, you're probably gonna make more gains than you have before, okay? Now, let's say you got that down and you wanna venture out a little bit more. What would be number 2? Number 2 would be looking into a different position of the muscle. Let's say, okay, I got this down or this for my lats. Now, how do I work the stretch, right? So like, I find something where I can work here, or like in a cable stretch curl or something like that, and I work on that, okay? That'll be the next step, you know? So then, of course, there are muscles that have different angles and do, you know, there's more fibers, such as the pecs, where you might want to play with like decline, incline, or the lats, you know, like horizontal pulls, vertical pulls, or that sort of thing. So that would be the next step, okay? But first, you work on making it short. So then, like I said, for lats, you know, quads, chest, you can work different angles. And then lastly, you add more volume per exercise, okay? So let me reiterate. If a muscle doesn't grow, it's because you're doing something wrong. What you figure out is how to make it short, okay? To really contract it. You get good at that. That's number 1. From there on, you can work in a lengthened phase if needs be. But that's part 2. Then you can work into different angles, different activation patterns, you know, especially for more complex muscle groups. And then comes volume, okay? We always do it upside down. We just do volume first. But that's not really how it's being played, okay? So, even my mediocre arms grew, Mike out.